Admiral Zexathari had commanded fleets across 17 sectors, witnessed the fall of empires, and survived encounters with the dreaded Void Hunters. Yet nothing in his 3 centuries of military service had prepared him for what he was seeing now. The human civilian transport ship Harmony's Dream floated dead in space, its hull cracked like an eggshell, life support systems failing. The attack had come without warning, a pack of Krillian raiders, the kind that preyed on helpless merchant vessels throughout the Outer Rim. What should have been a routine massacre had become something else entirely. "Status report," Zexathari commanded from the bridge of his flagship, the Stellar Talon. "Sir," his sensor officer's voice trembled. "The civilian ship took direct hits from plasma cannons. Hull breach on 3 decks. Atmosphere venting. Life support at 12% and falling." The Admiral's mandibles clicked in grim satisfaction. Another human colony ship destroyed. The galaxy had learned to fear human warships, those terrifying vessels that could punch through a dreadnought's shields in seconds, and whose captains fought with a ruthlessness that made even the warlike Thrakari pause. But civilian ships? They were soft targets, easy prey. Any survivors? That's what's strange, sir. We're detecting 847 life signs still aboard. They should all be dead by now. Zexathari's 4 eyes narrowed. Impossible. No species can survive that level of damage without environmental suits. Sir, you need to see this. The main screen flickered to life, showing the interior of the human ship through their advanced scanners. What Zexathari saw defied everything he understood about warfare, survival, and the nature of civilian populations. In the ship's main cargo hold, where families should have been screaming and dying in the vacuum of space, humans were moving with practiced efficiency. Children, actual younglings, were helping seal breach holes with emergency patches while their parents jury-rigged life support systems. An elderly human female, her hair white as stellar dust, was welding hull plating with steady hands while a group of adolescents held the metal sheets in place. "Magnify Section 7, the Admiral ordered. The screen zoomed in on a human male who appeared to be their leader, not through military rank but through the calm authority he projected. He was coordinating repair teams while simultaneously treating wounded civilians. The man's hands moved with the precision of a trained medic as he stabilized a child's broken arm, then immediately shifted to direct a group rebuilding their water recycling system. "Computer, analyze human vocal patterns in that section," Zexathari commanded. The translation came through clearly. "Sarah, take your engineering team to Deck 4. Tom, we need that power coupling fixed in 10 minutes or we lose gravity. Mom, how's the oxygen scrubber looking?" Mom. The elderly female welding hull plating was this leader's mother? Zexathari had seen soldiers with decades of experience panic in situations far less dire than this. "Sir," his communications officer called out, "we're receiving a transmission from the human vessel. Put it through." The face that appeared on the screen belonged to the human leader they'd been observing. Despite the chaos around him, the man's expression was calm, almost apologetic. "This is Captain Marcus Chen of the civilian transport Harmony's Dream. I apologize for any inconvenience our presence might cause in your sector. We've suffered some technical difficulties, but we should have them resolved shortly. We'll be on our way within the hour and won't trouble you further." Zexathari's translator had to run the message twice. Technical difficulties? They'd been attacked by raiders. Their ship was falling apart and they were calling it technical difficulties. "Human vessel," Zexathari responded. "Our scans indicate critical damage to your ship. Do you require assistance?" Chen's smile was genuine. "That's very kind of you to offer, but we've got it handled. This old girl has been through worse. My daughter Jenny, she's 8, designed a new power routing system that's actually more efficient than our original setup. And my wife's team just finished upgrading our shield generators using parts from the damaged sections." The Admiral looked back at his sensor readings. Impossible as it seemed, the human ship's power levels were rising. They weren't just repairing the damage, they were making improvements. "How?" Zexathari whispered. His science officer provided the answer that would change how the galaxy viewed humanity forever. "Sir, analysis of their behavior patterns suggests this is normal for them. These aren't trained emergency responders or military engineers. Our database indicates the welding female is listed as a retired teacher. The male coordinating repairs is registered as a small business owner. The younglings assisting with technical repairs are just children attending their equivalent of basic education." On screen, They watched a human child who couldn't have been more than 10 years old successfully reroute plasma conduits that would have challenged a trained Thrakari engineer. Her parents praised her work, then handed her a sandwich and sent her to help with the next crisis. "Admiral," his tactical officer spoke up, "we're detecting 6 more Krillian raiders approaching. They're moving to finish what their pack started." Zexthari made a decision that would puzzle his superiors for years to come. "All ships move to intercept. Protect the human vessel." "Sir, you heard me. Protect them." As his fleet engaged the raiders, Zexthari kept one screen focused on the Harmony's Dream. The humans had noticed the battle raging around them, but rather than cowering or panicking, they were offering assistance. Chen's voice came through the comm again. "Admiral, our sensors show you've got a damaged ship in your formation. We've got medical facilities and spare parts if you need them. It's the least we can do." The Admiral's own ship had indeed taken damage. Nothing critical, but the humans had noticed and were offering aid while their own vessel was barely spaceworthy. That was when Zexthari understood why the galaxy feared human warships. It wasn't their weapons or their tactics. It was because their military was recruited from a population where grandmothers welded hull breaches. Children rewired plasma conduits, and parents treated life-threatening emergencies as minor inconveniences to be solved together. 3 hours later, the Harmony's Dream departed on schedule. Its hull not just repaired but upgraded. The civilian ship that should have been a debris field was now more capable than when it had started its journey. Zexthari filed his report with a recommendation that would reshape galactic policy. Human civilian vessels should be classified as potential auxiliary warships. Their non-combatant population possesses technical and psychological capabilities that exceed our military standards. Suggest immediate diplomatic outreach. As his fleet resumed patrol, the Admiral reflected on what he'd witnessed. The galaxy had spent decades fearing human warships, never realizing that those ships were crewed by the weakest members of their species, the ones who had chosen military service over civilian life. The truly terrifying humans, it turned out, were the ones who stayed home, raised families, and called getting attacked by pirates technical difficulties. In the depths of space, the Harmony's Dream continued toward its destination, its passengers already planning improvements to their colony's infrastructure based on what they'd learned during their minor delay. The galaxy would never look at human civilians the same way again.